And we're live! Welcome back, everybody, for the next episode of Out of the Abyss. This is episode 7. I'm joined by all of my favourite friends on a Friday night. All the usual rogues gallery are returning, except for one, unfortunately. As everyone knows who's been keeping up with the campaign, Serathel died in the previous episode. Sorry, spoiler alerts if you haven't already caught up on episode 6.5. But you know what? These are the things that happen. So yeah, he's now out of the game. We're not going to see Mark anymore. This is permadeath, everyone. So he's gone forever. Rest in peace, Mark. I actually went to his house and killed him in real life, so that you wouldn't risk him coming back on the stream. So there you go. That's the stakes of the game. I did explain that to you guys before we started the campaign, right? That it was permadeath. That if you died in the game, you'd die in real life.
Yeah, I read the fine print. Yeah.
Yep. Okay.
What?
Toby read it. Yep.
Wait, you guys got a contract? I didn't get a contract.
Well, you definitely signed it, because I have the signed contract right here, and it says permadeath. If you die in game, you die in real life. So that's
Well, isn't it great that you don't know where I live? If I die, you'll just know I'll be in Puerto Rico.
Puerto Rico.
Or somewhere like that.
That's where I have my holiday house. Yeah. Because I can afford a holiday house on my budget, because we're such a popular stream now. So
yeah, we're all millionaires.
now, as I was saying, I'm joined by some of my favourite friends. First up, this man. He is a man of few words, and I'm sure I'm not the only person who's glad about that. Toby, how are you, Toby?
That's a compliment, like a double-sided compliment. I'm okay. Yeah.
Yeah, I don't know, man.
I'm feeling good. Ready.
I'm feeling all fired up tonight, so it's gonna be a brutal night. I'm gonna be throwing insults left, right, and center, and feel free to throw it back my way as well. Let's keep it going. Let's keep the ball rolling. So you got something for me, Toby? You got an insult for me? What do you got?
Oh, look, it'll come in time. They need to build. And then just a cacophony of violent output will be delivered at some point through the episode.
All right. So, yeah. No.
I'll get to it.
There you go, guys. You got a reason to hang around for the to the end of the episode. You're gonna have just a tirade of vile and violent words towards me. Looking forward to that. Second up, the courts have ordered this man to not approach within 500 meters of the school on account of his mustache. Ramy, how are you doing, my friend? It's good to see you.
Yeah, it's good. Oh golly!
Do you need some aloe vera for that burn?
No, because I know that all your mothers like it. So,
if in doubt, just go back to the mum jokes. It's a good callback. It's a good thing to fall back on. So
your mum always calls me back. Now I can't stop you.
Oh man, and I imagine from overseas that must be expensive too. So she must be real committed. Let's get some music playing. Let's really set the mood for these insults that I got going on here. And last but definitely not least, she's more of a danger to herself and the people around her than she is the bad guys. And
this is true.
It's getting increasingly more difficult to believe that she's not some kind of double agent. Grace, everybody, how are you, Grace?
I am fine. Look, it's true. I think I have more trouble keeping the NPCs alive than I do killing the actual bad guy.
Yeah, we haven't had much luck with keeping people alive so far.
No. What's the body count at? 2 now? Jesus,
I mean,
I don't know how long
lose?
this campaign's gonna go, but
we've lost.
I can't remember.
We've lost Serathel.
Well,
we lost.
I've killed 5 people.
We lost one of the gnomes. So what are we up to? That's 3 deaths so far. And I think it's actually still day 3 or day 4, so you've got about a 1 per day ratio, which I don't know, it's not that bad, I suppose. You could be doing far worse.
But this is a long-running campaign. I mean, eventually we're gonna run out of NPCs, and then we're just gonna have to die.
What we really need, we need someone in the chat just keeping up with the body count. So, who wants to do that?
Like a kill count.
Yeah, like a kill count. Maybe I'll put something up on my wall over the back there. Just another notch for every character that dies during the campaign.
Yeah, we want a friendly kill count and an enemy kill count.
No, just friendly kill count. Don't worry about the enemies. There's too many of those to keep count of. Where was I? There we go. Yes. So, quick recap for everybody who hasn't been watching every fortnight. This is Out of the Abyss. Now, the characters started. They began this journey as prisoners of the Drow in a Drow fort in the Underdark, which is like this. Oh, someone's raiding. Who we got raiding? Oh, Dead Aussie Gamer. Thank you very much, my friend. It's amazing to have you join us tonight. Thank you for the raid, guys. Sit back, relax, and enjoy the show, I suppose, if this is something that you enjoy. And thank you very much. Please, if you like what you see, hit that follow button. I was just getting into the recap, so we'll get back into that. So they started off as prisoners of the Drow in a Drow fortress in the Underdark, and the Underdark is like a labyrinthine, massive system of tunnels which honeycombs throughout the lands of Faerun, deep beneath the earth. Now, eventually they managed to escape. Thank you for the follow, Nemo, Not Lost 38. Appreciate it. Eventually they managed to escape from their captivity, and they are now heading towards a place called Slubladop, and their final destination is the Dark Lake, where they hope they'll be able to get passage. And where were you guys heading towards? You're heading towards Neverlight Grove. Thank you very much, Grace.
Yeah.
Appreciate it. You're heading towards Neverlight Grove because you believe that you can find some type of safety in Neverlight Grove. At least that's what your Drow companion, a fellow prisoner and a man who was accused of murder, Sareth, told you. Now, along the way, there was some tension. Some people died. I mean, the last episode, one of our NPCs died. That's why he isn't here tonight. That's why we've only got 3 characters. But that's sort of where we're going to be picking it up. I think this is, I'll just have to double check. This is day number 4. So, during the night, Toby's character, Perseus, had a dream. And that dream was of some type of chaotic deity who gave him a task to hunt down and kill some type of demonic entity, which was maybe seen as like a rival to this deity or something like that, in order to become worthy of accepting something called the Tempest Mantle. That's all we really know about that. But they headed off, they hunted down this demon, shenanigans ensued, one of the characters died, and that's where we're going to pick it up. Now, Thrash, you're still back with the rest of the NPCs, the rest of the party. You guys set up camp, and you're maybe halfway through your long rest, so to speak.
100%.
That's where we're going to pick it up tonight. So get your tickets, hop on the Greyhound bus of imagination, and let's ride that to the final stop. We open up in darkness. We can hear. Oh, I've got to change the sirenscape there, guys. Bear with me for 1 second. There we go. That's better. Yeah, we open up in darkness, and we can hear the faint sound of a crackling fire. And we can see just a pinprick of light somewhere in the ether, and it grows, slowly revealing the interior of a rustic wood log cabin. There's a comforting sound of fire snapping and crackling in a stone fireplace. The cabin is comfortably decorated with simple wooden furnishings. Sitting on a large woolen rug before the fireplace sits a small humanoid figure. As we continue to zoom in, their features start coming into focus, and we can see it's a very young tabaxi girl.
I knew it as soon as you said wood cabin.
There's a mop of unruly brown hair. It's barely contained by an elegant little bow. And she sits playing with a homemade doll of some sort. Its features are obscured by Thrash's inability to recall the exact details. Now, Grace, what kind of dolls would Thrash be playing with? Would she be playing with more the traditional feminine type of dolls, or would she be playing with like knights and dragons and all that kind of stuff? What would Thrash's childhood be like?
I mean, I think it was a bit of a simpler time, so I'd say she'd sort of be playing with dolls, as you said, but I think she would more swing towards the dragons and the knights just because of how Thrash acts. I think there's always been that little bit of a chaotic, like, beat stuff up sort of energy.
You know, I can see a sort of, maybe she has those, like, more feminine dolls with the dress or something like that, but she, like, smashes them together like they're heroes battling dragons and all that kind of stuff. So picture that in your head right now. She's just like kneeling on this nice wooden rug, and she's like smashing these dolls together. And somewhere in the background we can hear just the unmistakable sound of a knife on a chopping board. Just chop, 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 coming from somewhere, off screen. Now, on a chair in the center of the room, watching the young tabaxi girl, is a much older tabaxi woman. She's sitting silently, sort of knitting. I don't really know much about knitting, so I can't tell you specifically what she's knitting, but she's sitting there with the 2 long needles, and she's sort of knitting a sweater or something like that, or maybe a scarf. Who knows? And as she's sitting there watching, she says, "Thrash, my dear," she says softly, "I spoke to your teacher today. She tells me that you've been arguing with the boys again. What does Thrash say as a child?"
Well, they wouldn't let me play with the swords. They said the swords weren't for girls. So obviously, naturally, I took the sword from them and then I beat them with it. Because swords aren't for girls. So it wouldn't hurt if I beat them with it.
She looks on with a barely concealed look of bemusement, maybe almost like pride in her eyes. And she continues. She's like, "Thrash, dear, look, I know it's difficult. I know you're in a strange place with people that don't look like you, but the other villages, they already look at us as outsiders, my dear. We want them to accept us as we are. So try not to be so troublesome." She continues to watch her daughter playing in the firelight with a mix of amusement and pride, and suddenly the serenity of this scene is interrupted by a sharp knock at the door. Knock, 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 knock. A tabaxi man enters the living room. Thrash, can I get you to roll a perception check for me?
Wait. Let's see. Here it is. Perception. That's a 21.
21. beautiful. Now, I'm not going to make you roll a disadvantage or anything like that for being a 3 or 4 year old, whatever age
I was
you
going to
are.
ask if you wanted me to roll at disadvantage, to be honest.
No, that's all right. That's all right. We'll just keep it at that because I like that. Now you hear this knock and you're a little bit taken by surprise. So you turn around and you look towards your parents. And you see your mother and your father sort of share this quick, strange glance. Something they haven't seen before passes between them. And with a 21, I'll tell you this, you notice your mother and she quickly slides one of the long sewing needles into the sleeve of her shirt, or whatever it is that she's wearing, her gown. And you notice your father, as he makes his way across the room, he's still carrying the kitchen knife, and he conceals it behind his back as he makes his way over towards the door. And he hesitates for just a moment before he reaches over, and he opens up the door, and the afternoon sun begins to filter into the cabin through the open doorway. Standing there in the doorway, backlit by the orange light, we see the figure of a man. With the glare of the light, we can't quite make out his features, but he's wearing a broad-brimmed hat, sporting a single long feather. And he sweeps the hat from his head and he launches into an exaggerated bow. He and your father converse back and forth for a while. You can't remember, or you couldn't hear the details of their conversation. You're not quite sure. But you eventually lose interest, as children do, and you go back to playing your game. The sound of your father's voice pulls your attention back from your game because he sounds angry, and your father, he never raises his voice. So you watch as the man in the doorway suddenly reaches into his vest, pulls forth a round object, roundish, sort of slightly larger than a person's fist, and he holds it out. Your father, now clearly agitated, he swipes the object from his hand, and the man begins to launch into another courtly bow, and your father cuts him short, slamming the door in his face. The sound of the door gives way to the sudden sound of a heavy wooden beam crashing to the cabin floor. Your eyes blur and your lungs are burning. It's hot, so very hot. You don't know what to do. You begin to cry, but you launch into a fit of coughing. Suddenly you feel the comforting feeling of your mother's hands on your face. You open your eyes and look into hers. And now I'll get you to roll your insomnia check.
Yay!
With, I believe, disadvantage?
Yes.
Self-imposed
Let's
disadvantage?
see. Yeah, I thought it was only fair. Oh, perfect. I got a 2.
A 2. So this dream has taken a sharp turn for the traumatic, and you feel your mother's hands on your face, but as they touch your face, they almost begin to sear. They're so hot, they're burning. You open your eyes and you look upon your mother, but you're shocked by what you see. Her soft fur is all but burnt away. Her eyes are empty sockets, and flames lick her burned and charred skin. She regards you with those empty black sockets. "Wake up!" you hear, and you suddenly shoot awake, back in the claustrophobic absolute darkness of the Underdark, panting, covered in sweat. You look around, you see Eldeth Feldrin kneeling beside you. What do you do?
I guess she sort of sits up at the star door and she just sort of looks around to see if anyone noticed her sort of thrashing around, I guess, for lack of a better word. And she
Very
just sort of
appropriate.
looks around. Yeah, and sort of looks around and sort of and sees it, like looks to see if anyone's watching her, and then sort of in dwarfish says, "Tell no one. No one can know that this happened. I don't like to talk about this. I would like this to remain a secret. So just, yeah."
Look, lass, I could tell that you were having a hard time in your sleep there. I don't know what it is that may have affected you so badly, but you're not the only one around here who has trouble sleeping. She looks up, looks around, and then looks back towards you, and she's like, "Perseus, Serathel, and Aethera left a few hours ago, and they haven't come back yet. They didn't quite tell me what it was that they were going to do, but they said they were going to look back, make sure there was nothing behind us. You know, that marking that we saw a few hours ago back on the trail. I think they were going to go check that out. But now, Sadith is going missing as well. So is Papido. Papido was on watch, woke up Sareth, and they both walked off in the other direction. I don't know what's going on. They haven't come back yet."
How long ago did they leave?
"Not long, only a few minutes ago, but the others, Althea and the rest, they left hours ago. I kind of half expected them to be back already. Something bad might have happened."
And Thras just sort of like sits up and wipes her hands over her face, and then she's just like, "Bloody hell," and she sort of like puts her hands up and sort of stands up and, you know, grabs her axe and slings it on her back, and she's like, "Who do I go after first?"
And at that moment, let's talk about your level up, because you get to level up now that you're awake. So level 3 barbarian, you get to choose your path. Why don't you tell everyone about what you got, what path you chose and all that kind of stuff, and I'll be right back as I go deal with a child-related problem.
Definitely.
Okay.
So I chose Path of the Totem Warrior, and of course I picked Bear because everyone picked Bear. So it's like half damage on pretty much every damage except psychic, which is sweet. I get advantage on strength checks and athletics, and all of that stuff. She's just swole, really swole. I got a nice little hit point beef up, which was nice. So I'm up to like 36 hit points now. I was thinking about a few different classes, but I just settled on sort of the more bear totem one. I get to speak to animals now, so that's fun and completely useless, but yeah, you know, gives her a bit more of a connection to the natural world. I've got beast sense, so I have advantage on dexterity saving throws of, like, you know, effects that have flung at me, which I think was kind of cool. But yeah, just all of that real fun stuff. Nothing too fancy, just a big damage dealer and lots of half damage for me, so that's great.
Whoopsies. Dropped my microphone because I'm that excited to be playing D&D. I'm not muted, am I? No, I'm not. Great. Okay. And that is a level 2 barbarian and level 1 artificer. Is that right?
No,
Nope.
not artificer. She's not smart enough to be an artificer.
I'm always wrong. I always get this thing wrong. Alright, so now's a good time to let everyone know. Tonight we're trialing something new, something different, something wild, because I like to mix things up and keep things interesting for the people watching. If you're watching this on YouTube or listening on Spotify, this does not concern you, so you can zone out for a little bit. For those people watching live on Twitch, who are my favourite people in the world, because that's what you should be doing, watching live, you guys get something a little bit new, a little bit fun. We are trialing a new redemption reward scheme. So we've got crit points, soon to be renamed, and you can redeem those to give some fun little gifts to the players and to myself, the DM, to add some fun little effects to the game. Now, starting at the bottom, we have I don't know what to call it, health potions, I think, and then we have so if you redeem one of those, I will throw a card up on the screen, which you can see right there. I'll be wiping those soon. That's just there as an example. On the right hand side of the screen, you can see I have 6 cards. You can redeem a health potion card, which gives the players a health potion. You can redeem a guidance card, which will give the players an extra 1d4 to any d20 roll. But that must be announced before you make the roll. Okay, guys? You can redeem advantage for the players. You can redeem a natural 20 for the players. But again, that has to be redeemed before you make the roll. Okay? You can also redeem a wild magic surge, which will go into the pool for me to use when someone casts a spell. At my discretion, I can say, boom, wild magic surge. We roll on the wild magic surge and we find out what happens. That can happen for you guys, or that can happen for my creatures. Okay, so I'm gonna throw it in there when I think it's gonna be fun to do. Now, the last one, and definitely the most interesting one, is you can redeem a natural 20 for me. Same thing, I have to announce that I'm going to redeem that before I actually make the roll. Now, there's going to be limitations on those cards, guys. I'm going to allow only 1 natural 20 for me, 1 natural 20 for the players, maybe a couple of advantages, maybe 4 health potions, 4 guidance, and maybe a couple of the wild magic surge cards. Whenever you redeem those, I'm going to chuck them up on the screen there for you guys to see. Now, your cards are like a global pool for the players to use. Alright? So you guys can discuss among yourselves when you want to use those. Maybe you can put your hand up and say, hey guys, can I use a guidance card? You can decide for yourselves. This is on a trial basis. We'll see how we go. How does everyone feel about that? Is that fun? Good? Bad? Cool.
I mean, the mental image I have right now is us fighting the final boss. They roll on the wild magic table and turn into a pot plant. That's the mental image I have right now. That's what I'm hoping happens. But also, please don't give Sven a nat 20 card.
Please do.
No one do that.
I think my natural 20 is 4,000 points or something like that. So it's fairly dear, and it's only limited to 1 per stream. There you go. Valiant Odyssey just redeemed Bring the Pain, which is a natural 20 for me, ladies and gentlemen. Put our hands together for Valiant. Thank you, guys.
All right.
Thanks for that, Valiant. So appreciate it.
I feel like we need to balance that out, though, guys. So if someone's feeling generous towards the players, make sure you chuck one in there for them as well, if you so feel like doing that. All right, so I'm gonna go ahead. I'm gonna take those off the table there, and I'm just gonna leave the one that is so natural 20 cards. Get rid of those. Alright.
If one of us dies this stream, I don't know what I'm gonna do.
I feel like people can still see them. I don't know why that is. Oh no, that's alright. I'm doing the wrong one, so we're gonna get rid of that. And we're just gonna go with that one. Alright, fantastic. This is something new for me, so you might just need to bear with me for a second, guys, as I sort this out. We're going to get rid of that. And we're going to go to the DM Nat 20 cards, and we're going to give me one of those. Amazing. There we go. And guys, if I use that card and I kill one of your characters, just remember, it's not my fault. It's Valiant's fault. Blame him. I didn't do it. All right, let's get back into the game.
It's all your fault.
No, but you put the system in. So you're like the overlord. You started the train.
It's completely out of my hands. It's in the hand of the viewers now. It's your fate is in their hands. So, you know what?
It feels
Why
like
would
there's a
you
lot of
guys do this
enabling.
to us? Why would you do this to us?
I feel like you have to blame them.
I feel attacked.
It's completely out of my
feel
hands,
attacked.
ladies and gentlemen. Well, yeah, I haven't attacked you yet, but you know, it's still early. Well, I did attack you at the beginning of the stream with all the insults, but that's neither here nor there. Let's get back into the greyhound of our imagination. Let's just keep on going. So, Lady Althera, or Athera rather, and Perseus, you guys are making your way back towards the rest of the party. You've just finished up with your experience, maybe an hour or so ago, and you know that you'll be approaching the rest of the party soon. Are you guys talking about anything while you're traveling, or what's going on?
Yeah. Random stuff, I guess.
I am so quiet and distant. This is seeing that this was loosely, technically, maybe sort of definitely Perseus's quest that he helped, that he dragged his people along with, and then one of them died during that. That's a guilt carrying around a little bit. So yeah, it's pretty quiet at the moment. Very sort of responses to Lady Aethera's questions.
Don't blame yourself. It was gravity that did majority of the work.
And do keep in mind that even though it was your holy quest upon which you embarked, it was also something that Sarathel was going to do one way or another. So, do with that as you wish. Now, Thrash, you're still there with Eldith. Now you can hear the sounds of footsteps approaching from somewhere down the corridor from the way that you came. Eldith hears it too.
Okay.
She pulls forth one of her arrows, knocks it on her bow, and waits. What do you do?
I'm gonna stand at the ready with the axe ready because she's obviously told me they've gone to slay the demons. So she's like, God damn, they've all died, and now I'm gonna have to kill demons all by myself. Thanks, guys. So she just sort of pulls out her axe and she's like ready to thwack people with the axe.
All right. Perseus and Aethera, you come around the corner. Imagine you have your torch still going, Perseus.
Yeah, got my geared up staff on my back.
Thrash, you see maybe 30 feet away from where you are, and this is a fairly narrow corridor. It's only like 10 feet wide or something like that, and people are sort of spread out, but you can see there's a bend that bends towards sort of like the left, maybe 30, 40 feet away from where you are, and you can see like a light approaching.
And she just sort of turns to Elder. She's like, screw your courage to the sticking place. Here they come. And she's sort of like pepping herself. She's like, yeah, get to kill something. You know, she's just so ready.
She draws back the arrow in her bow. She looks right down the length of the arrow, looks towards you, looks back. Just hold on, lass. Could be Aethera and Perseus. And Aethera and Perseus, you come around the corner, you see, Perseus, you don't see it, but Lady Aethera, you do see it. You see both Thrash and Eldith, both ready to attack. What do you do?
It's us. We're back.
No, you're not. Where's the other one? You know, Luke Boy.
Oh, Perseus is right here. And
No,
I push
Luke Boy.
Perseus forward.
Bloodied and half limping. Yeah.
Yeah, there's
then-
another one, isn't there?
Sarathel, where's Sarathel? He left with you. She slowly lets the arrow sort of loosen in her bow.
Just with a sort of solemn look, I'll just sort of walk back to where my bed roll is laid out and just sort of plonk down.
And Eldeth, she gets the picture here. She knows what happened. She understands, and she just looks defeated. She lets her bow sag to her side, and she looks down. She lets out a sigh. She's like, oh, "Not another one. It's only been 3 days. 3 people have fallen. This is the 4th day. At this rate, we'll never make it." What do you do?
Just for the first time, I guess, in this campaign, Thrash is silent. She didn't know any of them long, but I guess she thought they were all idiots, but I guess she never really expected any of them to die. Especially because she, insulted him and broke his loot, and then he died, so it's, even worse. And she just sort of looks over to where his loot is, and picks it up,
You can
and puts
see
it in
the
her
one
backpack.
broken string still hanging limply from the loot.
She just sort of picks it up and puts it in her backpack, and just tucks it in there and is like, "How'd it happen?"
Gravity.
Yeah, more information. Did you kill the demon? Or,
I think that died by gravity as well.
Oh, lots of dying by gravity.
You see Eldeth, she makes her way over to where Perseus is sort of kneeling beside or on his bedroll, and she lays a hand on your shoulder as she leans down towards you. Froth's Minis just redeemed a bless. Thank you, Froths. We love you, my friends. There you go, guys.
We're gonna need it.
You have something as well, so I'm gonna chuck that on the table. She puts her hand on your shoulder, and she sort of tries to look you in the eyes, and she's like, "What happened? How'd he die?"
The rope bridge we tried to make snapped under his weight when he tried to cross, and he fell. Didn't see where, it was too far down.
Did you find the demon? Did you kill it?
Yeah, it fell as well.
Then maybe, just maybe, it wasn't for nothing. From what I understand, he devoted his life to hunting down threats to the material plane, so if he's gonna go, then he may as well go like that. Don't blame yourself. Don't take it too hard. And at that moment, you all hear footsteps approaching from the other direction, directly opposite of the way that you guys just came. What do you do?
Stand up and draw my sword and get my shield ready.
I'm gonna draw my scythe and then see how messed up Perseus is, or bloodied and bruised, and take a step in the front. And then
Sash will do the same.
peer out into the darkness 120 feet
120 feet.
and see what I can see.
Yeah, you can see this this narrow sort of corridor continues on for another 100 feet or so before it starts to slope downwards a bit. And you're the first person to see both Sareth, the drow, who's a member of your little band of merry men, and Bapido. chuck those two gentlemen on the screen there for everyone to see. Just give me one moment.
I'm just gonna relax my stance and then pass Percy's, give him a pat on the shoulder, and go over to my bed. Just friends coming back.
You can go back to wiping up some of this blood.
There you go.
Myself.
Sareth and Pepito. Just so you guys remember who Sareth and Pepito is. So, excuse me. Sareth is the drow, and Pepito is the. Give me 1 second. Well, I kind of forgot what the name of his race is. So just, I'm a good DM. Trust me. Just bear with me. He is a Darrow. Yeah, see, I get Darrow. Yeah, Darrow and Duergar. And Darrow is something a little bit different. They have a little bit in common with the Duergar, but they're a different race. And Eldeth sort of, as she sees them approach, she's like, "Where did the two of you go then? You can't just sneak off in the darkness like that without telling us where you're going." And Pepito sort of pipes up and he's like, "Oh, it's nothing to be so worked up about. We thought we'd heard something and we thought we'd go have a look. That's all it was." What do you guys want to do?
Just to clarify as well, we know that the Darrow and the Drow are both slavers in nature.
I'll just have to quickly look up the Darrow real quick and get a little bit of a better idea of what they're all about. So, no, not that one. So they look a bit like dwarves. They're short and hairy. They have a bit more of a grey blue skin. And they are. What are they? Yeah, they're just a different race. They're not necessarily slavers. The Duergar are like bigger into slavery than the Darrow are. But yeah, they're just different.
Okay.
Did you two find anything when you're investigating that noise?
Oh, no, it must have just been something, I don't know, these long and endless corridors make one paranoid.
Can I do an insight check on that? Is there a bit of substance behind that?
Yeah, same.
Yeah, those who wish to do so can roll an insight check if you wish.
A yacht.
Terrible. Roll a 2 for an 8 total.
16.
Alright. Thrash. And I believe you are, in fact... You failed your check, so you are exhausted. You have a level 1 exhaustion, so do keep that in mind. I think that's with disadvantage.
That would be true. I have to check what the exhausted conditions are again.
That's okay.
Because she gave me a buff when I was exhausted, and now I can't remember what it was.
Can't remember what it was.
Because I think I get advantage on perception, actually, when I'm exhausted.
That does sound correct. Yeah, I gave you advantage on perception.
Yeah.
So I'm not gonna rule it that it's gonna cancel out the disadvantage, and you just roll a flat roll. I'm actually just gonna give you advantage on your perception check. So do keep that in mind. So for other checks, you are gonna have disadvantage, but for your perception checks, I mean, you're just heightened. Your brain is just going and going and going. It's just replaying those traumatic events of your childhood, and it's just heightened your senses. So can I get you to roll that insight for me again? We'll see what you come up with.
Nat 1. 16's better. 16's much better.
Yeah, but this is disadvantage. This is not a perception check. This is an insight check. So,
oh, it's insight. Oh, cry.
I'll roll something as well. And we'll see what we come up with here. All right. Lady Aethera, you you catch a quick glance from Bapido to Sareth, and then sideways glance at Thrash, just for a second before he looks down towards the ground.
Just gonna do like the trees say what thing, and like really slowly and go, slavers say what?
What?
And try to gauge how they react when I bring up the word slavers.
What? Slavers? Sorry, what are you talking about, Athira? Where's Serathel? What's happened to him? I don't see him anywhere. And Eldeth sort of fills him in about what happened to Serathel and what Percy has told her. She says, "Oh well, that is very, it's very unfortunate. Oh, yes, very, very terrible indeed. Well, there's no need lingering on it. We still have a long night ahead of us. We should get to rest, and we have a few more days of travel."
I'm sorry? No need to linger on it? Are you being serious?
Well, of course. I mean, sure, she's not the first person of our party to fall. If we're going to make it out of here, then he looks towards you, Thrash. Then we all need to stick together.
Thrash just sort of nods, but gives him the side eye. Like, why would you be so nonchalant about something like this? And then just sort of turns around.
Sorry, but I was born here. I was born in these dark and labyrinthine tunnels. It's a hostile place. You get used to death. Yes. You get used to it. What do you want to do?
I don't know. What do you guys want to do?
So we got back like roughly. So like, how are we? If we rest now, like how? Sorry, like, where am I going with this? How long into our long rest are we? Like, have we still got a bit to go, or is it like only an hour till we would have finished it?
I just for the sake of the expediency of the game, I sort of threw that side quest at you, sort of thing. So you'll just need to take a couple of extra hours than you would normally take, and you guys will get your long rest, and we'll go back to doing what we're doing. And Sareth sort of makes his way over back to his position near stool and starts tucking himself in, and Bapido resumes his position at the end of the corridor. And sort of sits down on like sort of like an outcropping of stone and looks out. What do you guys want to do? Are you gonna bed down for the night?
Yeah, I'm gonna go into my trance, and then a little bit through it, like maybe an hour through it, I'm gonna ritually cast Comprehend Languages and read the book that I found.
Guys, I wasn't paying attention, but First things first. Froth's Minis redeemed a skull, which means we all need to take a drink of whatever it is that we have available to us. So everybody,
Boy.
skull, ladies and gentlemen. Thank you, Froths. And on top of that, Mod Brew, our very best friend, redeemed a natural effing 20 for you guys as well. So there you go. It's balanced out, guys. The world is back in order. Players natural 20s. Where are you? There you are. So let's put one of those on the table for you guys. Bam. There you go. And that is there for you guys to use whenever you want to. There you go. Thank you, Frost. Thank you, Mod. Thanks for joining us for the stream. We love you guys. All right. So you're resuming your meditation, but you're casting Comprehend Languages. Is that a spell that you always had? I didn't even know you had that.
Yeah, I took it from the very start.
Well, hey, you must have had some good foresight, because There you go. It's coming in handy.
You get stuck somewhere, you just comprehend languages, you know? Great.
I've, as a player, I've never had the opportunity to use comprehend languages. I've only actually used it in Crown of the Magister, the video game recently. I was like, yes, finally get to use that spell, even though it's not in actual D&D. All right, give me one moment, and I will look up exactly what that thing will tell you. There you are. Or did I put that in my notes? Let's have a look.
I am just bedding down. I'm taking off my like chest plate, or my armor, and like wincing as it goes past my ribs. There's a big, massive bruise from where the Balgura just pummeled me, and then I'm kind of placing it down, and then just like really slowly getting into bed and just crashing. Because I used a lot of my stuff, so I'm pretty exhausted.
All right. Okay, Athera, you start flicking through this book. You cast your comprehend languages. Tell me, what does it look like when you're casting that spell?
Well, this spell, I just pull out some dirt on the ground, and then I smear it across the book, and just very slowly start to move my hands in incarnations, and then with a click of my fingers, this shadow writing kind of spawns over the writing in the book, and it slowly turns into like legible letters that I can read.
Turned into someone from the south for a second there. It'll ride and becomes legible. All right. Yeah. So you do that, and you watch as these sort of tendrils of darkness, they sort of coalesce in the pages of this book, and they move about. And for a second, it looks sort of like, I imagine, what someone who has difficulty reading looks like. All the letters are sort of jumbled up, and they start to coalesce into legible words for you. Now, comprehend languages. Could I get you to chuck that in the game log for me so I can have a quick look at exactly the details of that? Alright, so you understand the literal meaning of any spoken language that you hear. You also understand any written language that you see, but you must be touching the surface and the words that are written. It takes 1 minute to read 1 page of text. The spell doesn't decode secret messages in a text or glyph such as arcane sigil. Alright, so the question here is, you can now read it. You're reading it in a language that you understand, is that correct?
Yep.
You don't know what language it's written in. Is that also correct?
No, I don't believe it tells, you know. I just can understand any language.
Yeah,
that
you just
say.
understand it. So it doesn't really give you like an innate sense of what language it is. You can just read it.
No.
So you can, the first thing that you notice is a name, because it's written on the back of the front page, and it's like this black leather bound tome, heavy tome with like faded sort of grey paper. You fold over the first page, and written in a very heavy, like they pressed hard to write this, but not very, but still rather like delicate, as it were. Is a name, and it just Jagus Felth.
Oh, can you spell that one for me?
So Jagus Felth. Jagus Felth. Now you start flipping through the pages. I'm not going to go through word for word about what everything says. But I'm going to give you the general.
Oh, please.
No, no, I'm not going to do it. I'm gonna keep that for extra content for Patreon subscribers when I launch a Patreon. I'm going to write it out word for word in an actual book. I'm not going to do that. I'm lying. But
yeah, don't.
It contains what
It would
appears
take
to
so
be arcane notes about experimentations with an object known as the Black Stone, which is something that you're familiar with. Specifically,
No, I'm not.
notes on or about experiments about corrupting magic, corrupting its arcane link to the weave. I'll get you to roll a Arcana check for me.
Dirty 20.
Dirty 20. That's good enough. You know what you're talking about. This is your jam. This is what you do. So it contains notes about the Darkstone and experimentations on how to corrupt the magic that is the essence of the Darkstone in order to change where it's linked to, if that makes sense, in order to open up a portal to somewhere else. Does that make sense?
Yep.
Now, you know what I'm talking about, so do with
I'm
that
picking up
what
what you're putting
will.
down.
It contains references to something called the wedding. You don't know what that's about. It seems to be out of place, but there's several references to something called the wedding. And that the wedding has to happen. The wedding must go on for the good of everyone. The part that contains the sigil of Serathel's holy order, that has a notation that reads, "The puppets of the hypocrites won't be able to stop him." Along with the sketches of the image of the Tal Ashrin. That's what you find. On top of that, obviously, like I said, 90% of that book is empty. So you feel like they were still part way through whatever it was they were doing when they discarded this book, or whatever it is that happened. You don't know. But yeah, that's what you find in that, and you can actually use that as a spell book if you wish to do so. So yeah, there you go.
Neat.
While Lady Aethera is doing this, let's talk about what's going through. Let's go with Perseus. What's going through Perseus's head as he beds down?
Al, it's mostly what he's thinking. Yeah, took a big hefty beating from that Balgor in that last fight. But yeah, he's definitely caught in a state now of like he didn't directly cause it, and no, it wasn't really his fault, but it's kind of like it was his fault that that his friend died. So he's kind of not really taken it on himself, but more annoyed that he got sent on that quest by whoever this person is who contacted him in his dream just before that. That person sent him on this quest that then killed, our friend. So it's really more like pity on himself that just quickly turns to anger towards this new person who's just all of a sudden intruded upon his life and is now demanding things of him and promising power that it is perking his ears up. A little bit of power that he has been given so far has definitely been very helpful, and the promise of more is definitely enticing, but yeah, the cost so far that it's been given is more annoying than anything else. So yeah, very torn state at the moment.
Josh Robinson redeemed a posture check. Sorry guys, everyone check your posture, make sure you're sitting up straight. And a Wild Magic Surge card, so I'm going to whack that on there. Yeah.
Ooh.
Thanks, Josh.
Thank you, Josh.
Yeah, we
that makes
needed
things
that.
interesting. Especially makes it interesting for Lady Aethera, the spellcaster. Now, I'm going to put it up to you guys. Do you think that Wild Magic Surge, should it also count for divine spells as well? What do you guys reckon?
Yeah, do it.
Let's do it.
Yeah.
Yes.
I'm not a spellcaster. You guys are gonna
And
suffer.
any rage-inspired hits, I reckon, as well.
I love it. Now, while I did say it was going to be up to my discretion when we're going to use that card, I will allow you guys to say, hey, I'm going to cast a spell. I want the wild magic to count for this cast. Okay, guys?
How about that? I mean, reckless attack is kind of like a spell, right? Doesn't that mean that...
Okay, I don't know why you're coming for me. This feels really unfair.
Everyone's turning on each other.
It really isn't.
This is exactly what I
you can't
wanted.
You
Involving everyone in the
literally
graphic.
can't. Like, hear me out. Hear me out. You literally cannot use magic while you're raging. So I don't really think it counts as magic if you can't use magic.
It doesn't,
while you're
and I
doing
actually
it.
think there's a barbarian path that you can take that actually adds the wild magic surge to your rage ability. So
I
you
think
didn't
it's
take
called,
that,
like,
did you?
Wild Magic Barbarian. No, I didn't. I think it's called Path of the Wild Magic User, and I took that. I deliberately didn't take that.
Damn it.
I deliberately chose not to play.
Nothing
spellcasters.
quite like a unicorn
So,
materializing out of nowhere.
Yeah.
Unicorn, and it being like, what the fuck is going on? Gone again. All right. You guys bed down for the night, you get your long rest, you get your hit points back, your spells and all that kind of stuff, but you do need to spend a few extra hours resting. Yes. Threats.
should I roll another insomnia check?
No, it's fine. That will count as the continuation of your long rest, unless you want to. Do you want to?
I do want to.
All right.
I sort of want to.
I'll allow it. Roll another insomnia check.
Yay. It can only get better from here. I'm gonna be positive. It can only get better.
I'm pretty sure that's what Sarathel said just before he died.
So that's a 12. That's above a 10. So guess who's not exhausted anymore?
I'll allow it.
I'm not exhausted anymore.
I'll allow it.
Thank you.
But you do have to spend
Sweet.
more time resting, so who knows what the consequences of that might be. Alright.
You never know.
You never know. Now, Above VTT has changed the layout of their stuff, so it takes me a second to find all of my things. There we go. Alright, you guys wake up what is presumably the next morning, and you prepare to head off. How do you guys want to proceed, and what do you want to do while you travel?
I reckon because we know we slept in a little bit and took a little bit extra time, I reckon we move at a fast pace.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah, I'll be up the front behind Sushi, or just second to Sushi, and have him continue to lead the way.
Susha, then we have Perseus. Who's after Perseus? The bold.
I'll go because I can see into the ether.
Aethera, into the ether. I like it. Who's next? Should we put the rest of the people down, or does Thrash want to go?
I'll go. Actually, you know what? I'll go at the back.
You go at the back.
Yeah.
All right.
The squishies in the middle, and then Thrash the back.
So idiots, and then Thrash. There you go. So we've got Susha, Perseus, Aethera, idiots, Thrash. That is our travelling order. Alrighty then. So you guys are going to take on a fast pace for the first half of the day, and you guys, what do you say to everyone when you wake up in the morning? How do you guys discuss with the rest of the people? Are you like, we gotta go because we know we're being pursued? Like,
Yep.
Yeah, it's definitely a snappy. Get everyone up quick and get them going because we need to move and make up for lost time.
all right, yeah. Elder starts clapping. Everyone, get up! We gotta go. We don't know how close behind our pursuit is, but we spent a few more hours resting than we should have. Come on, up! Let's go! And people start getting up, and they start preparing for travel. And yeah, you guys you head off at a sort of a breakneck speed. Now, I don't really need to describe in too great a detail what you guys come across, because for the first 4 or 5 hours of travel or something like that, you're sort of traveling as quickly as you can. But I will need a survival check from someone. Now, you guys can relegate that to someone else if you wish to do so. Do you want, for instance, Shushar to roll that survival check since he's the one guiding everyone?
Yeah, maybe for me or him to roll. We're up the front, so
Yeah,
either one
because
of
you
us
guys
can do it.
don't really know your way around that well. So yeah, I'll get him to roll that one. And I'm going to give him advantage because someone would be helping him. So let's find out. Roll once. Okay. Roll twice. Alright, there you go. Natural 20. Yeah, he knows where he's going. Where is it? There it is. And you guys continue for another 4 or so hours, unabated, at a breakneck pace. You come up to the mid part of the day. You take your regular rest. How do you guys want to proceed from there?
Everyone's still feeling up to it. Maybe keep going fast.
Yeah.
Just really got to catch up in that time we lost. So yeah, if everyone's quick look at the group, and if the group's sort of feeling, keen for it, and everyone's still looking pretty healthy, we'll keep going at a fast pace.
Keep going at a fast pace. And you guys continue on. You have your meals and all that kind of stuff, and you pick up the pace. You continue on. And eventually, Shushar, you see him at the front of the party, and he sort of stops and he cocks his head. And you catch up with him, and you sort of listen as well. And there's no roll needed for this. You guys can all hear the sounds. There's a lot of dripping water and all that kind of stuff. You're pretty used to that at this point, but you feel like you can hear the sound of rushing water from somewhere up ahead. It doesn't sound like a small stream. It sounds like rushing type thing. What do you want to do?
A good sign. I mean, it's fresh.
Yeah. Also could be where
Yeah, but-
predators are.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Other
and
people.
you can also make fresh water every day for free, pretty much.
Yeah. But if I don't have to do it, I can save my magic for other things if we get into another fight or something else tries to attack us.
Yes.
I mean,
Shushar.
we could always boil the water.
Shushar approaches you and he says, "Yes. Well, fresh running water is a great boon to people in the Underdark. It's also a place of great danger. You never know what lurks between the darkness. We should approach carefully." Did everyone understand that with my bad lisp?
No.
Yeah.
I mean, yeah, understood it, but yeah, it was understood. Yeah.
Yeah.
No, it wasn't bad.
Yeah. We'll slow it down and continue towards the water, and then if we can and looks safe, we'll some of us will take turns filling up our water while the others will keep watch out, and then swap, and then we'll quickly fill up our waters and have a drink, and then keep going.
Let's take it to the map. There we go.
We need a battle map.
Better check. Is anyone... Wild Magic Surge? No, we've still got that on the table. Fantastic. Alright, so we have a little bit of a map going on here, guys. And I'll
That
chuck
can
your,
only mean one thing.
I'll chuck your tokens on there. Hey,
What?
don't assume. You can't assume anything in this game. Oh wait, I'm using the wrong one. I need to use this one. I'm using the player screen to add the tokens. Silly. There we go.
And how convenient. It is a one-way passage with nowhere else to go except for the water.
Stop it.
This is great.
Let's go. Characters. Where are you guys? Players. There you go. Oh, there's so many characters here now. I don't know which one to put on the board. Okay, there we go. Thrash. Sarathel. Oh, no. Actually, you know what? We'll put Sarathel on the board. We'll put him on there. Where are you, Sarathel? But we'll just, we'll give him 0 hit points, just so everyone remembers he's dead.
Oof.
Is that a bit rough?
I was gonna say, is this the chasm?
It's fine.
Like,
Oh, it's not letting me
is
change
this
his hit
where he
points.
fell?
Yeah, you see him in the river up ahead, and you see his body float past. No.
Oh, that's morbid.
And look, gravity fell.
And water.
Classic. We're having fun here, aren't we? Alright, and then who am I missing? Athera. There you go. And I could put everyone else on the board, and I suppose I should. So, who did we have up front? We had Susha.
That ranger, I want that ranger chick. She slaps.
She does what now?
She slaps. She's good.
She slaps.
She slaps. Is that
She's
a
a
thing?
vibe.
Is that what the kids say these days? What does that mean?
I'm not a kid, but
Like, slay the house, boots down, Houston, I'm deceased.
Right.
no, just like hits hard, like claps, slaps, smashes.
You know, she's a vibe.
Yeah,
Clicks.
tough with the kids.
I can't keep up, man. I don't know about you, Toby, but this is just we used to speak the Queen's English. It's gone out of hand.
Oh, really? Did you?
We did.
No, you definitely didn't say, like, for shiz or, like, yo-yo down with the kids. Or, is like, I mean, you are, like, triple my age, so...
But I only look half your age. Alright.
Grace, are you allowed to be on Twitch without parental guidance?
I did get my mum and dad to sign up for me.
I did specifically
This is my mum's account.
put up mature audiences only up on the starting screen, Grace. So unless there's someone hiding behind the camera, I think maybe he's going to have to just switch that one off for us.
So it's PG, so 13 plus. Oh, I'll have to go then, guys, because I'm younger than 13.
Alright, you know what? That's enough, people. There you go. They're all piled into that corridor there. What do you want to do?
Like the good wizard I am, I'm going to sneak ahead like a rogue. Balls to the wall. Let's go. And very stealthily walk forward and try to see if I can see anything of danger.
Well then, I'll tell you what. We got to start with a stealth check. Let's see how quietly you actually proceed.
Perseus, can you give me a bit of some godly words? You're the worst cleric
Just
I
a
know.
thumbs up.
I'll give you just a real hearty thumbs up.
Just like, give me what I want though.
I'm actually check today and choose guidance as one of my cantrips.
You're the worst cleric.
I know, I'm aware. I did.
Oh my god.
Look, have a bit of guidance. Yeah, my hearty thumbs up is so inspirational. You get guidance.
Oh, the worst cleric.
There you go. And keep in mind, guys, you do have those cards on the table for you to redeem whenever you feel like it. Don't know if you want to use that in a stealth roll or not, but that's entirely up to you. All right. I'll describe a little bit what you can see as well. So there's a 10-foot wide corridor, and this is all in dim light. So it's like that phase-rest induced sort of light, suffused, not induced. It's not in labour. And the 10-foot wide corridor sort of opens up to, 45, 50 feet wide up ahead, and you can see water lapping up against the grey stone. Now, what did we get for our stealth roll? We got an 8 plus 4, so a 12. Okay, I'll keep that in mind.
Is there anything further up?
Yes, I will reveal that to you right now. So you can see a bit sort of like this. Yeah, I'll reveal that. And a bit of this. And you can pretty much see everything because you've got ridiculous vision in the dark, so you'll be able to see this. And just put it up to there. That is sort of what you can see. Does that make sense? So it opens up, and then there is a body of rushing water, and the water is like cascading through a number of cracks in the walls towards the west, and it's like rushing. There's a lot of water, like many gallons of water, and it's forming a stream about 25 feet wide or something like that. You can't really see the bottom of the water from where you are, but yeah, that's what you see. And you can see on the other side of that stream, you can see there's another corridor that continues on. What do you want to do?
I'm just gonna, because I'm an inquisitive person, I'm just gonna walk this way so I can hear a little bit around the corner more.
Alright.
Down this way.
Bibbidi bobbidi boo. Give you a little bit more over here. Oh, that's how you do polygon reveals, ladies and gentlemen. How do you like them? Apples. Yep.
I see fish. Big fish.
Can I get you to roll a perception check for me? Because I imagine you're actively looking.
Yes. Perception. 16.
16.
Oh no, yeah, 16. 16 total.
What happened here? 16 total. Check something. Yeah. Yeah, you see there's actually live fish swimming around in this stream. And you can tell that the stream must be at its deepest point. You know, more than 10 feet, maybe 20 feet at least, something like that, at the deepest point.
I'm going to come on back to the group and say it looks all clear, but I could be wrong. They could be hiding. Just in case someone dies, gets taken into the water, I don't want you to blame me.
Let's move up to the down guard.
So as sort of everyone starts moving up, Thrash is going to take one of the crossbow bolts and snap off the tip of the crossbow bolt and just flick it into the river. Just to see what happens. Just to disturb the water a little bit.
Flick the crossbow bolt into the river.
And just watch as it goes down.
Perseus makes his way up to the edge of the water there, and Thrash takes one of her crossbow bolts. You have crossbow bolts. I don't know where you got those from, but you have them. And you snap the head off one, and you piff it into the water. And as the crossbow bolt impacts with the water, a massive lobster claw bursts from the dark waters beneath, and you can see the crossbow bolt like in a pair of massive pincers, and the pincers just crush this bolt and snap it in half. Roll for initiative, ladies and gentlemen.
And I got the crossbow bolts from like our stash that we took from the drought.
Okay, all right, no problem. Yeah, I knew you would have had it if you said you had it. And you can see this creature. I'll put that into the game log for you guys to check out. There you go. That's what you see. You see this sort of massive lobster-like eldritch horror type creature. It's got like 4 bifurcated legs with 2 sort of toe prongs each. It has a big lobster-like tail and a pair of massive pincers. And its face is like dominated by all these weird tendrils and sort of I don't know what you call them, tentacles, sort of like writhing as it bursts forth from the water. It's like cracks that thing in half, and we launch into combat. You like that? You like that Foley work, Ramy?
Yeah, I love that.
I knew this would happen. I knew it.
Alrighty.
If anyone has played Hearthstone, they would know exactly what that noise sounds.
What was it? Hearthstone.
It's Hearthstone. It's like a frog-like creature. It's like a ramping deck, and it makes that exact noise every time it attacks.
Awesome, I love it. Okay, now, I don't want to play all of these NPCs. Everyone choose an NPC.
Yeah, Melog.
Everyone choose one,
Hey,
and you get to have one each.
I'll take
Murloc.
Eldith.
I'm gonna say Susha and Ront are out of the question. They're stepping back.
For obvious reasons.
You guys are dealing with this. So let's write down who wants who. Grace, who do you want?
I'll take Eldith every time.
Does anyone want to argue with that? Everyone happy with that? Yeah? Because I'll do a roll-off if we need to do a roll-off. Okay, so Grace, you've got Eldith. Ramy, who do you got?
Whoever I took last time, the roguey dude.
The roguey
Is he
dude.
still alive?
Jim Jar?
Yeah, Jim Jar, that's it.
Jim Jar, you got him. Did I put him on the board there? Yeah, there he is. Yeah, I'd say Eldith is there. And then Toby, you can have either Sareth or Bapito.
I'll go Sareth.
Sareth, okay. You've got
Drow boy.
Sareth. There we go. So let's add my creature to the combat tracker. Combat tracker. Add to combat tracker. Boom, there you go. Let's add Eldith to the combat tracker. Let's add Jim Jar to it. Let's add Sareth to it. There we go, ladies and gentlemen. Combat has begun. Thrash, you were quickest off the bat. This thing does not get a surprise round thanks to your little escapade with the thing. But yeah, that's what you see, and you can tell that the water is deep in the center there. I'm going to say the first 5 to 10 feet are going to be you can stand in, but will be difficult terrain. And in the middle there, it's going to be deeper. So how deep, you're not sure.
Okay. This is a complex predicament. I don't really want to get in the water. So you said 5 to 10 feet?
So I'm just going to draw that out
got
for
it
you.
outlined.
There you go.
How
You
far
can
away
stand
is
there.
it for me? So, okay, so I'll just use 15 feet of movement to do that. Oh, I'm moving your stuff now. Sorry. And then there's no walls I can climb on.
I mean, there is to the east and to the west, and I'll reveal a little bit more for you right now. Once I just get that out of my way, I'll reveal some more. There, and you can see, yeah, you pretty much already see what you can see on the other side, but I'll just reveal that as well, so you can see all of that. So to the east and to the west, there is some walls that you could potentially climb upon. Maybe on the western side there, you can jump from the wall to that rock.
Yeah, I was just gonna ask how the jumping works again.
So with a running start, you can jump a number of feet equal to your strength. So you'd easily be able to make that jump from a standing start. If you climb up a little bit higher, you'd be able to jump down onto that rock.
Okay. Oh, but I don't really want to be on it. This is hard. This is very hard.
Oh, you have no idea.
I have no idea what I'm gonna do. You've rendered me. I'm not a range character. You've rendered me a little bit useless. Let's see. You know what? I will just hold my action, if that's okay.
Is it okay? All right.
Yay.
Tell you what. You can do one or two things. You can prepare an action if you want to prepare an action, or you can take the dodge action if you want to take the dodge action.
So pretty much I'll just turn to everyone else and I'll just say, we need to get it out of the water. We need to goad it out of the water, and then she can just sort of grab her axe and start, like, waving it in the air, trying to get its attention, slamming it on the rocks, making loud noises, trying to, like, goad it to come towards her. Yeah. But I will do the hold action, like the prepare an action, for when it comes close. Okay. Yeah.
You're preparing a melee attack if it comes within range. I like it. I like it very much. Okay. Who do we have next? So that is turn number 1 of round number 1. Next up, we have everyone's favorite melee fighter, Lady Aethera. You are up.
Yes, I am a great melee fighter.
Yes.
But first off, I'm going to move here. I use my bonus action to do Hexblade's Curse on the creature. Just a ball of fun.
Hexblade's Curse. Okay. Alright.
And then I'm just going to shoot an Eldritch Blast at it.
Why? What's it done to you? Oh, Skull! Josh Robinson redeemed another Skull, ladies and gentlemen. Take a drink, those who are on the camera. Thank you, Josh.
It was a roll 20 Skull.
Or Javish.
We for appreciate a 12 to hit.
For a 12 to hit is not going to hit this creature, unfortunately. What are you firing at? An Eldritch Blast. So as you shoot your Eldritch Blast, it sort of ducks down beneath the water and it ricochets harmlessly off the top of the water. Anything else?
That's my turn.
That's your turn?
No, that's my turn.
And this thing is now hexed. So I'm going to put a condition there of some sort.
Does.
You hex it, right?
Yeah.
What one am I going to use for hex? Because there's not actually a hex one here. They should probably do that. I'm going to write... and we'll put that one on there. There you go. That will indicate that it is in fact hexed. So keep me honest, because I will forget. Eldeth Feldrin. It's your turn.
Other dramas. I'm back now. Let's do it. Sorry.
Everything okay?
Yeah, it's fine.
Okay.
My parents just got home and everything is happening all at once, which you love. She can't really... what's her range on her bow? Oh, I can't open her stat block.
Let me give you access to that. Player's access sheet. There we go. You should be able to do that now.
It's right click, isn't it?
Yeah, it should be.
Oh, that's really weird. Yeah, I can't open it.
Can anyone else open that stat block? Because I changed it on the thing, and it is saying that it is player access to sheets stat.
I got it.
You can open it?
Yeah, if you just left click on it first, then right click on it, it should work.
Nope.
No? Not working?
Oh, this is fun. No.
Alright, well, I'll tell you what she can do. She has a multi-attack. She can make 2 melee attacks or 2 ranged attacks. She has a short sword and a long bow.
Okay, and a longbow's 150 feet, isn't it?
That is correct. Look at you.
Okay.
You're a D&D master.
I play so many ranged characters. It's like ingrained into my subconscious at this point. Oh, she's more within that. Okay. I would like to make 2 ranged attacks, please.
Okay. I'll roll that for you. So it's a +4 to hit. First one is a hit, and the second one is also a hit. So tell you what, roll 2d8 for me. I'll get you to roll the damage.
So that is a 4 and then a 5.
4 and 5, so that's 6 and 7, so 13 points of damage. Not too bad. It's a good start. Well done.
Thank you.
Well done, Eldeth Feldrum, the MVP of the party. Next up, we have Sarath Sakarit, and I believe Toby, you're controlling him. What does he do?
Boy, he is going to. What's his movement? 30 feet. He's pretty. Be able to get that far. Yeah, he's just gonna have to double dash. Use his action to dash to get up, kind of behind Lady here up here. So he's gonna use his action to dash up to here, and that'll be his turn for any moment. Yes, that'll be him. So we can go just get into range. That's him.
And Grace, you still have to do your skull because Josh redeemed a skull, so
I've run out.
run out. Just pretend.
Okay, cheers.
This is D&D. This is what we do. We pretend to get drunk. We don't actually get drunk. What are we going to do? We are going to go to the next person's turn, and that person is everyone's favourite, Jim Jar. Jim Jar, what do you want to do other than flick Lady Aethera a gold coin? Because I believe he owes you one.
Probably. Definitely. Could you put the stat block on for him? The others are working, just not him.
Let's have a look. Oh yes, it's because I haven't done it. Now, what about now?
Oh, there we go. Yep. Awesome. Well, this crafty gremlin. Yeah, nice. He's going to use his bonus action to hide. First off.
Okay, I'll allow it. Yeah, he's way back there.
Stealth check?
You can do that. Stealth check.
For a 14.
For a 14, ooh, where do I find that? I'd say, yeah, okay. Yeah, alright. Cool.
And then he's going to just dash, I guess, to move up closer behind someone here to try to be sneaky still. And that will be his turn.
Okay. I will say he'll probably, because he's in range, he's in sort of sight now.
Yeah, I thought he has a hand crossbow. I thought he had like a bow or something, but that's okay.
Okay. All right. Cool. Then it's going to be my creature's turn, and this is when things start to get really interesting. Especially when you remember I have a nat 20 card on the table there that I can just throw out there whenever I feel
What about
like doing
that?
it. Oh boy! Oh boy! I'm already really loving this new card system. We'll see. We'll see if I use it. It's going to like half swim, half like crawl up to the shore, right up to range of Thrash. Thrash, you may take your attack.
Do it, boy. I have to check. I think I get multiple attacks at this stage.
And I just realised I made a mistake, but I'm just
No.
going to allow it.
I don't get multiple attacks. That's okay. But I am raging.
Are you? Did you say that?
Did I? I didn't! I'm not raging. Okay. That's alright. I forgot. Usually I do, so that's 21 to hit.
It's a hit. It's going to be a hit.
Okay. As a bonus action, can I rage? Please?
On your turn.
Oh yeah, it's not my turn.
It's,
Damn it, I keep forgetting.
You saved your, you prepared your action to attack, unfortunately. I can't allow it. My hands
That's
are tied.
okay.
I'm just the DM.
It's fine. It's all good. It's fine. I'll rage later.
All right.
There's lots of time to be angry. That's a 13.
13, yeah, your broad axe blade sinks in through its sort of carapace, as it were. It has like this bumpy, scratchy carapace, and you just, like with a crack, you sink straight into it, and you can see like this sort of white blood sort of spill out, as it were, mixing with the water, which then carries it away. with the currents. So 13 points of damage. All right, chipping away here. But now it's my creature's turn, and oh boy. Oh boy, oh boy, oh boy.
Half damage. This is gonna be great.
A few things are gonna happen. Because it makes its way over to you, you sink your axe into it, and your axe sort of gets stuck in its sort of hard carapace for a second, and while you're stuck there, it reaches out with one of its massive pincers and just tries to grab you with it. Let's have a look. With a... I don't even need that natural 20 card, ladies and gentlemen. I throw natural 20s for days.
No! Okay, Sven, can I use my inspiration to enrage, please? I used my inspiration to trigger a rage. Please.
I'll hope to the wind.
I'll allow it.
Thank you. I really need this. Because this is gonna fucking hurt.
I don't think it's gonna help.
Because this is
I think this is gonna fucking hurt.
Alright.
Okay. Hit me now.
I'll tell you right now, the damage is not the thing that you need to be worried about.
Oh, it's got poison. It's got poison. No.
A couple of things are going to happen. First of all, you're going to take 16 plus 5 plus 4, so 24 points of damage.
Not halved.
You're
That's
raging, right?
Flat.
You're raging.
Yeah, now
so
I am.
You can half that. Okay.
Oh, okay.
So 12
That's
points of piercing damage. But this is the bad thing. Because now you're grappled, as this thing has you in its huge pincer. Let me just read this real quick, so I'll make sure I get that right. And that's bludgeoning damage, by the way. So yeah, yes, you are now grappled because you are smaller than it. And when you're grappled, it can now sort of pulls you in. And it's like writhing tentacles, like as it pulls you in towards it, and they start like brushing up against your face as you try and push back with the head of your axe against it. I need you to roll a very, very a very important Constitution saving throw. Now, I will remind you, you have a natural 20 on the table and you have a guidance on the table. If you wish to use them and the other players in your group allow it. What do you want to do?
It's up to you guys, but would you guys be chill if I borrowed the nat 20?
Take the guidance.
Okay, I'll take the guidance.
I reckon save that natural 20 for like a big hit that we need on a boss.
Okay.
Okay.
Toby, you cool with that? Guidance for Grace on this very important Constitution saving throw? Okay.
I will give it back.
And also, you're a barbarian. You're good at con, hopefully.
All right. Let's find out.
No.
Give us a Constitution saving throw. Add 1d4 to that roll, and I'll take that card off the table.
I can't even look.
Where's that card?
Okay, that's not horrible. It can only get better. Okay, so that is a 14.
14.
Please
Right.
say yes. Please.
DC 13.
Oh,
You make it.
Yes. That's the magic right there.
These tentacles like lashing out like some type of weird eldritch horror, like something from another world, and they brush up against your face, and you can feel where like one of the tentacles brushed up against your face, you can feel your face start to feel just a little bit numb. That's the end of its turn, which means we're at the end of round 1. Perseus, you're up. What do you want to do? Grace, Thrash, you're still grappled, by the way, so do keep that in mind.
hate grapple. It's like my least favorite thing about D&D. There's nothing more annoying.
Now I know what to do to you. All right.
Yeah.
You want to save that natural 20 for like a big boss fight, or kind of use it now kind of thing, or what's the...
I reckon
Wow.
save it.
Save it? Alright, cool.
Save it, yeah.
Pray for the best. Alright, I'm going to, because it's just in my visual range, because I have 30 feet of light, so, don't you move. I'm going to point my sword at it, and then from that little clasp on my shoulder there, it's like a little bit of lightning's going to start, and then sort of straight across my arm and go down my arm, and as it goes down my arm, it's going to turn a little bit more gold,
Yep.
and then it's going to travel the length of my sword, and I'm going to shoot off a guiding bolt at it. So let's hope. Ooh, for a 24 to hit.
For a 24 to hit with a guiding bolt. That is going to be a hit.
It takes 17 points of radiant damage, and the next attack against it has advantage.
What? 17 points of radiant damage?
Yes.
My god, did you just straight up shoot it with a shotgun?
Too much.
Percy's like,
Thank
oh
you.
yeah, I forgot I
Thank
had
you
this
so much.
this shotgun. Alright,
But, like,
17
shotgun,
points
then.
of radiant damage. Okay.
Then I'm going to also just move a little bit further back to try and lure this thing out of the water. Just 5 feet back. And that'll be my turn.
We're definitely Thrash. I will say this: you're not out of the woods just yet. A lot of what happens depends on what you do next round, because we're at the top of round 2, and it is your turn. What are you gonna do? You're grappled. This thing's got you in its pincer. It's trying to pull you in. You can feel now what's happening here. What's going to happen to you? You have a pretty good idea on what it's going to try and do to you. I mean,
Okay. So, here's my idea. Basically,
here we go. It's that time of the
what I
night,
wanna do-
ladies and gentlemen. All right, it's my favorite
this
time of the
one's
night.
pretty tame.
Okay.
It's pretty tame compared to what I normally do. So, how far away would you say I am from its eyes?
From its eyes.
Like, if it's got me grappled in its pincer and I'm right up against those tentacles, logically we can assume that I'm close to its eyes.
Well, I mean, you've put your axe in between you and its face, and you're pushing it back. I'd say, you're a few feet away from it. Something like 4 Subway sandwiches away.
Okay, that's like, reasonable for a 7-foot tall tabaxi to reach.
Yeah,
I suppose. Yeah. Okay. So, I would like to gouge out its eyes using my claws, and also bite it at the same time.
What? What?
Like,
Bite?
it's got me grappled.
Is that
What
a-
I'm thinking is that mentally, what I'm thinking in my messed up head is that I'm like,
Okay.
I'm gonna scratch
all right.
at it. I don't know. I'll just go for the scratching.
I'll
We'll
tell
just
you
go
this.
for the scratch part.
Before we resolve that, you got a couple of options here. You can try and break the grapple. You can of course attack it. You can't attack it with your axe because it's a double-handed weapon, and you need a hand free because of the grappled condition. That's sort of the options that you have available to you at the moment. Now, do keep in mind you are raging. If you want to break the grapple, you will get advantage on your athletics check trying to break it. So, up to you. But you can attack it if you wish to do so. It has taken some damage.
Just made you 0 speed. Are you ruling that different?
So I believe I have grapple here. You can't use something that requires 2 hands. Your speed becomes 0. You can't use something that needs 2 hands. I believe, yes. While grappled, you can use your action to try escaping. I believe, yeah, that sounds about right.
Okay. I might just roll my athletics. Because I do get a +5. Though.
You get a +5,
Yeah.
and you're going to get advantage as well because of your raging.
Okay, you know what? Stuff it. If Thrash dies, I have a really good backup character. So, I mean, it'll be a loss, but will it though?
So what's going on here?
Okay.
Attack?
There's 16 plus 5, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21.
To break the grapple? Alright, I'm going to have to
break
make
the grapple.
a check as well. Let's find out. Can it hold the grapple on you?
Jesus, I hope not.
17. You break the grapple. So tell me how Grace breaks this grapple. What do you do?
I'm literally probably just gonna do what I said, but obviously it takes no damage. I'll just reach up and I'll just like unsheath my Wolverine claws and then just like slice it in the eye with the back of my hand as best I can.
You go to slice this thing, and like as it sort of rears back to try and, you know, put some distance between you and it so it doesn't have its eyes gouged out, you feel like the pincer sort of, the pressure released just a little bit, and you're able to wiggle free of its grasp.
But it still has my axe.
No, I mean, you can hold on to the axe in one hand, and you can make that attack, and you can sort of pry yourself out. You still have your axe, it's all good.
Awesome.
That is your action, though, so unless you want to use a bonus action.
I'm sorry. Can I take full damage, please?
Can you take fall damage?
Well, I know that's an odd thing to ask, but if I don't get hurt and if I don't attack, then I lose my rage. And would it be right if I just took, like, full damage, please?
Well, you took damage in the last round. How does that work? So, you took damage in the last round. This is a new round. So, talk to me about that. Send it to the game log. I can have a quick look.
Okay. I can look. How do I do it? Send to game log up the top. So in a battle fight, it ends early if you are knocked unconscious, or if your end turns and you haven't attacked a hostile creature since your last turn or taken any damage since then.
You've taken damage since your last turn, so you're good.
Okay, that's good. I thought it was since it's a new turn, it resets. Okay, that's fine.
If you don't take damage in this current turn, and you don't attack on your next round, then you'll lose it. That's the way I'm going to rule it anyway. Guys in the chat, if I'm doing it wrong, shut up! Okay. Who's up next? Athera. You see, Thrash. She just broke free from this grapple, but she's still in a bad spot. You can move though if you want to, Thrash, before we go to Athera. Do you want to move or?
Oh, 100% I want to move.
Okay.
I want to get the hell out of Dodge, if that's okay.
Yes.
I'm going to use my full... Oh, is it going to get an attack of opportunity?
Yeah.
Oh, what's the range on attacks of opportunity? It's 15 feet, isn't it?
If you are within 5 feet of it and you step out of its threatened square, it can take an attack of opportunity. So as long as you stay within 5 feet, you're fine. But if you step away from that, you can take an attack. And you now know that if this thing hits on its pincer attack...
Okay, well, I guess I'll just stay where I am.
Okay, there you go. This is the situation. How are we going to deal with it? Okay, Athera, you're up.
I can't move.
Oh, by the way,
I'm gonna
Barry Barrington, sorry to interrupt you, just redeemed a health potion for you guys. So there you go. Thank you, Barry Barrington. Lady Athera, what do you want to do?
I'm going to cast Hex on this creature
Hex.
as a bonus action.
Oh, so you cast Hexblade's Curse before, didn't you?
Yeah.
Yes. Okay. This is something different.
Different length, yeah. And then I'm going to Eldritch Blast it again.
With advantage, as you see my little flare lightning bolts for sticking in it.
I love that. Oh, let's see if I crit. 22 to hit.
22 to hit is going to be a hit. Hexblade's Curse. Oh no, your Hex. Is that a level 1 spell?
Mm-hmm.
Bippity boppity boop. Wild Magic Surge. Roll that D100 for me.
Well,
Let's find out what happens. Hey, I put the cards in play this time. Let's see what happens. as I bring up the Wild
Oh my
Magic
God.
Surge.
76.
Please don't be anything bad.
Lucky 76, right? That's what people say.
76.
No.
Alright, give me one moment while I bring up the Wild Magic table here. And we'll find out what happens. But I will say your Eldritch Blast will hit. So roll me some damage for that. Did you say a 14 to hit?
No, it was a 22.
22. Oh yeah, that's definitely a hit.
Right, guys, we have 3 turns to kill it before it gets back to me.
Alrighty, so that will be +2, so 9, then plus a d6 for 11 force damage.
11 points of force damage. Alright, it does not like that at all.
Could be worse.
Okay, now I'll tell you what happens. As you go to cast your hex, you dip into that well of arcane energy and you pull forth your spell. But when you reach out into the weave and pull out the arcane energy that you need, something comes along with it that you didn't quite expect. Maybe it's because of this area being sort of infused with this magic phasrus energy, but you draw forth something dark and terrible, and this darkness sort of weaves around you, and anyone in a 30-foot radius, you begin to glow with a bright light, and anyone within a 30-foot radius of you is... For the next minute. Any creature that ends its turn within 5 feet of you is blinded until the end of its next turn. So you start to glow with this bright white light, which is unusual for you because you're such an edgy and dark character. Anyone who ends its turn within 5 feet of you is going to be blinded, but you see just Lady Aethera just like Gandalf when he comes up over the hill, just sort of blinding white beacon of light.
I'm just gonna move away.
Proud of him.
And that's going to last for
Over here, so I don't
a minute.
worry anyone.
So only 10 full rounds of combat. Ooh.
And at that, ladies and gentlemen, we are going to go on a short break, and when we come back, it's going to be Elder Feldrin's turn. It'll only be a short break. For those guys who are watching on YouTube or listening back on Spotify, this will be the end of part 1. For those guys who are watching us live, we appreciate you. Thank you so very much. Please stick with us. We'll only be gone for a couple of minutes, and when we come back, we're going to finish up this combat. We're not out of the woods yet. Could still be interesting. Alright. See you soon, ladies and gentlemen. Just be a couple of minutes.